Of gas-guzzling SUVs and shoddy craftsmanship, giving American cars a bad rap in some circles. Have you driven a Ford lately? Remember that ad? Dealers defending Detroit. That after the break.
We are waiting now. Action on Capitol Hill about the bailout for Detroit. Some car makers are saying here that they're in trouble because the big three make cars that nobody wants, that the quality can't compete with Germany and Japan. But Ford dealers are asking, have you driven a Ford lately? Domestic dealerships from coast to coast defending Detroit, saying the Motor City is outselling its foreign competitors, pointing to J.D. Power and Associates report on initial quality, rating the Chevy Malibu and Ford Fusion above the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord. Well, why is that message not getting out? Jim Jackson's got a clue and a theory. He owns a Ford dealership in Elkins, West Virginia. Sir, thanks for coming on today. It's nice to have you. You've got some real strong opinions. I've read the article you wrote. What do you think D.C. doesn't understand about Detroit?
Well, I just think it's a lack of education. I think that there's a lot of thoughts that are based in the 90s and maybe even 5 years ago that are not relevant with the car industry today.
Give me an example.
Well, quality. Let's talk about quality. Consumer Reports says that Ford is on par with the good Japanese companies. This year, Ford has 16 recommended buys by Consumer Report. Our J.D. Powers, you mentioned some of the surveys that they had out that show that our vehicles are on par or better than Japanese vehicles. I also think there's a big misconception on fuel-efficient vehicles. You know, when we come out this year with the Fusion hybrid and the Milan hybrid, we'll have the highest MPG vehicles in the middle class.
Hey Jim,
and we already have that.
If that's the case, and I apologize for the interruption, well, why are sales better?
Well, sales are bad all over the place. If you look, Toyota's renting space on the California coast to store their cars.
Well, right, but over the past 5 years, Toyota sales, they've been off the hook. What's the difference?
Well, I think the difference is we're arriving a little late to the game as far as the fuel economy. I think that people still want the big vehicles. We're still selling trucks and SUVs. There's a lot of people out there that still need these vehicles. We still make the best truck, and for '09 it's even better. And we do have the most fuel-efficient truck in '09 of the full-size trucks. So, you know, to answer your question, the whole industry is down.
Well, I do think I appreciate your honesty on that. Okay, two ideas that are being floated out there. You might get $15 billion for Detroit. Do you like that? And also this Cars-R that will oversee the restructuring. Is that a good idea?
Well, I think it's a time that you realize there's three different companies in Detroit. When you talk about giving money to the big three, Ford, if you're in the paper today, is not taking any of that money. We're not going to be subject to the Cars-R. We are not in a situation right now where we need cash immediately. Our liquidity will get us at least through another year, maybe two. And with the things that are happened, the cost saving, the production, the reduction of production cost, and things that are happening at Ford, we as a dealer body and as a company feel very confident.
Jim, I wish you the very best, okay? Appreciate you coming on. Read your article in the West Virginia newspaper there, and you speak very eloquently and forcefully for the U.S. car industry. And we've got our fingers crossed for you, okay? Thank you, Jim.
I appreciate the opportunity to tell the Ford story.
You're welcome. Jim Jackson, thanks. Elkins, West Virginia.